Okay, guys, top of it. It's your boy, Coach Mustang, man. We tapping in live from Las Vegas as usual, man. Dropping y'all video with some news you can use about all this Diddy stuff and the choices that we make, guys. So like I said, the channel is a motivational channel. It's all about being at your best and being the best version of yourself, building your esteem of yourself through thinking, man. And guys, just because you have money don't mean you have high self-esteem. Just because you got all the cars don't mean that your self-esteem is through the roof, because still in all, man, we all make bad choices from time to time. Me, I'm guilty of it more times than others. Hey, man, a lot of you guys are guilty of making bad choices. But the thing is, man, when you make a bad choice, especially as a man, you got to own it. So you got to sit back and say, you know what? I did that, and I'm going to take what comes with it. So now the choice that we're going to talk about today is one of the choices that Diddy is deciding to make. Now, stick around to the end of the video, because now one of the most dangerous things in this world is somebody who thinks that they know everything and they don't know as much as what they seem to talk about. Why is that? Because it affects so many people. It affects other people. So here's Diddy's choice that's going to come back and bite him in the butt. So if any of you guys know about the court system, when you get caught doing a crime, you have one of your amendments is your right to a speedy trial. Now, what's a speedy trial, Coach One Stack? Normally, when you have a right to a speedy trial, they will send you to court in like a couple of months, right? In Diddy's case, he's asking for a speedy trial, just so you guys know this. All right, now, first of all, it's really uncommon in the federal world because it can really come back and bite you in the butt. And let me explain. So when you're asking for a speedy trial, here are some advantages of having a speedy trial, and this is what Diddy hopes. See, if Diddy has his speedy trial, that means that the district attorney has to have all their ducks in a row. I mean, all their I's dotted, all their T's crossed, no mistakes, because it could be less than 2 months that he actually goes to trial for this. And a lot of times, man, you know, that works because the DA might not be ready to present their case. If the DA is not ready to present their case, guys, guess what happens to Diddy? Hey, man, he goes free. They have to drop all these charges. So another advantage of him having a speedy trial is, man, if you have that trial, hey, man, you won't be having all these lawsuits, because as you're doing this trial, man, maybe a lot of these lawsuits that are going on will cease and desist because he's on trial for what he is currently in custody for. And then the other stuff, he might get bail or what have you. R. Kelly went through the same thing, getting multiple cases while he's at trial. But see, now here's another thing about a speedy trial that you guys got to understand. Having a speedy trial is up to the discretion of the court. What you mean, Coach One Stack? What you mean the discretion of the court? What I mean is having a speedy trial is up to the discretion of the court. The court has to have room on their calendar. Meaning, just because you want a speedy trial, Diddy, man, the court ain't gonna give it to you. If it ain't no space in the next 2 months, guess what they do? They start pushing your case back. And if they don't have no time then, they keep pushing it back and back and back. And in the meanwhile, the defense keep getting more witnesses. They start getting more suspects who were suspects for your case, right? And turning them into witnesses and building a much stronger case against Diddy. You guys follow me so far? Of why sometimes, man, the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. And sometimes, man, when you think that you're smarter than the system, sometimes it comes back to bite you in the butt because it can backfire against you. So now here's the next thing, man, about those speedy trials. You know, hey, if his attorney is not ready to go, man, it will just blow up in his face. But see, here's the big picture, what a lot of y'all fail to realize, man, about Diddy. Guys, catching a federal case, you're gonna normally sit in jail for about a minimum of a couple of years. Because just like the feds, man, when they take their time trying to get you, the feds don't do anything overnight. You have to understand that, guys. The feds don't do anything overnight. The feds just take their time and they let you make mistakes, and they let you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And did I say over again? They let you do it over and over and over again, right? To the point to where once they get you, you know that you have done the things that they accuse you of. So 98% of the people just take a deal. But now in Puffy's case, that's not an option for him to take a deal. Let me explain to you why. Now, the federal system works off a point system. Now, being that he's a first-time offender, but he doesn't have any points. But here's the thing: what you don't know about federal crimes. Federal crimes have mandatory minimums. That's right, guys. Mandatory minimum sentencing guidelines for each crime, which means the judge does not even have any discretion on lowering your sentence. So let me give you a scenario here, because I don't know the sentences, I don't know the years, and I don't want to lie to you guys, man, because I love you guys too much, man, to tell you a lie, man. Coach One Stack is going to always give you news you can use. So let's say you take the racketeering charge. If the minimum on that is 10 years, if convicted of that, the judge has to at least give him 10 years. Now, with all the charges that he has going on right now, guys, he will get convictions for each one of those charges. Now, here's the next thing. They can run them consecutively, which means if they run them consecutively, let's say he's convicted of 20 things, and let's say he gets 10 years for each thing he's convicted of. Well, he has to serve 10 years, then 10 years, then 10 years, then 10 years. That's 200 years. That means Diddy's going to be deleted. Now, if he's lucky enough for them to run his sentences concurrently, like they're doing R. Kelly right now, they're running a lot of his federal cases and his state cases together. They're running together. That means that he's doing the time all at once. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is Diddy, being a man in his mid-50s, guys, 20 years is life for him. So he has no other choice but to go to trial. He's not going to take a deal, guys. That would be the stupidest thing in the world for him to do. Now, what are the advantages of him of going to trial and not taking a deal? Well, Coach One Stack gonna break it down for you real quick. See, when you take a deal, right, they're gonna give you a certain amount of time. And once you take that deal, you have to now get up in front of the judge and allocute. Now, what does allocute mean, Coach One Stack? You have to do an allocution. That means you have to sit in front of that judge and say, yes, Your Honor, I did do X, Y, and Z, and I'm so sorry that I did it, and I affected the community, and I'll never, ever do it again. See, when you take a deal and you allocute, you can't get up there in front of that judge and say, well, I really didn't do it, but I'm just taking this deal so I don't go to prison. It don't work like that, because if you do that, man, the judge is going to throw your deal out the garbage. He's gonna throw it in the garbage. Can you dig it? But now, when you go to, and actually when you're taking a deal, whatever you take a deal for, you have to do that time. It ain't no coming back. So if he takes a deal for 20 years, right? If he takes a deal for 20 years, and then it came out later on that everybody lied on him. Like, I mean, every defendant, every victim came back and said, you know what, I lied on Diddy. I didn't like him. Guess what? Diddy is still going to do them 20 years because he agreed to take that deal. I hope y'all following along with me now. But now, when you go to trial, which Diddy's going to do, and he's very stupid for doing what he's going to do. Not only is he going to go to trial, but see, Diddy thinks he's so smart that he is going to get up there and testify, y'all. So let me break that down for y'all real quick, because, man, I ain't got nothing but time out here in Las Vegas. So now let me just press pause for a minute and just let y'all reflect on the OJ trial. OJ was guilty as hell, but OJ ain't get up there and testify. Now, why would you not get up there and testify at your own trial? A lot of y'all trying to figure this out. Why would he get up there? Why wouldn't he get up there? Well, let me explain something to you. When you get up there to testify like Diddy will do, what Diddy is going to try to do is try to appeal to some of the jurors. Because all you need is one juror to feel your pain and not agree with the other ones, and then you have a mistrial. You know what I'm saying? All you need, the jury thing is just all a game, man. Picking your jury pool, it's a game. You want, like in Diddy's trial, guarantee you there will be not any young women on that jury. They will not want it. They will not want any young women on that jury. They will not want any black women on that jury. Matter of fact, he will not want any women on that jury. They will not want any young men on that jury. Why? Because these crimes were against those type of people. He's going to want the type of jury is somebody that's older, somebody that may sympathize with for him. You know, you dig what I'm saying? But now, let's get back to him testifying at his own trial. So now when you get up there and testify, he's going to be trying to sway all the jurors, and you know, his attorney's going to coach him on how he should answer each question. He's going to put his little nerd glasses on, and he's not going to have a flashy suit on, y'all. He's going to be dressed square Pierre and yes sir, no sir, and he's going to appear like he's just the biggest victim in the world as he's kicking all the drugs that are in his system right now. But now here's when the fire comes. Now, after his attorney gets to, you know, butter up the jury with all his questions that he has answered correctly, now you got that shark. Now you got that wolf. Now you got that beast. You did. That district attorney that get to go in there, man, and have at it. He get to go in there, man, and ask Diddy whatever he want to. See, that's the problem with taking a stand, is that, man, when you get in your emotions, hey, guys, at the end of the day, all that man got to do is stutter once or twice, and the jury don't think that's nice, and guess what, man? It's bye-bye. Bars. Okay, so now, by Diddy taking a stand on his own trial, not only is one of the stupidest things to do, but hey, man, it's going to convict him even more. But when he is convicted, which is a good thing, when he is convicted, the good part about being convicted when you go to trial is that you can always go back and say that it was evidence not presented right. It was tampering with the jury, witnesses lied, and a lot of times they do what's called giving time back. You dig what I'm saying? So a lot of times when you go to trial, even when you're found guilty, you have the appeal process. You have so many appeals. You got victims that are gonna come back and recant their story. They're gonna come up with evidence that wasn't presented, and then in a lot of cases, a lot of sentences get overturned or shortened. But if you take a deal, you have to take what they give you. But if you go to trial, hey man, you know, you can change a whole lot of things. So it would be in his best interest to go to trial. So hey man, just a lot of news you can use, man. I really want y'all to know what's going on with this Diddy stuff and choices. Cause hey man, Diddy was not being the best version of himself. He was not building his esteem of self through thinking, man. Diddy was in a position, you know, with all his black billionaire friends where he could change the world if he wanted to. He could have stopped hunger, man, in a number of states with the money he was using for these freak-offs. And let's not forget that baby oil that was laced with the GHB. Can you dig what I'm saying? But he chose not to do that. What he chose to do was to use his power to step on people's neck, to abuse women, to abuse minors, because the man is a pedophile. So you dig what I'm saying? The man is a straight up pedophile. And the cold part is, man, his mama took part in it too. See, a mama, man, ain't nothing like the love that a mother has for her kids, especially a son. And even though a mother, man, will know that her son is guilty and did something, she will stand by him, because you don't have anybody, including his own mother, that have stood up and said, my son is not guilty. Hey man, you be the judge. If you get accused of something that you didn't do, ain't the first thing your people gonna get up there and say is, hey man, my son or my daughter's not guilty. They didn't do that. But you don't have nobody saying that for him, God. So hey man, just a little bit of news you can use. I want to get you guys familiar with the system, because we're gonna get real familiar with a whole lot of these celebrities in Hollywood and the sports and the rap industry and whoever, the homeless people. Because this channel, man, we talk about it all, guys. And I'm not no industry dude, and nor am I a YouTuber, man. I'm a regular dude. Don't nobody pull my string, and ain't nobody gonna give me a cease and desist order. Can you dig what I'm saying? But I ask you again, where are the condoms, Diddy? Because they found everything at your house but some condoms. Man, you guys subscribe to this channel. Man, share this video, like it. Hit that notification bell to let YouTube know that you messing with your boy, man. The podcast is coming soon, man. Keeping it one stack with Coach One Stack, one STAC. One stack meaning there's only one standing ahead of Christ, and that's God. Y'all have a beautiful day, church.